Hey, everybody. We are waiting on Linda to come on in. Hope everybody is doing okay this fine Sunday. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I am one of the admins of this wonderful establishment. And what we do every Sunday is come together to share and support one another. This is just a social get together. If you have questions, just throw it in the chat. If you can help with a question another parent has, feel free. We do invite people on up, usually towards the end, to say hi or any final words. Unless you have something to say, you are welcome. Just let us know. Hey, Sonia, Charmaine, how are you? Smiley Ray. And we have Litzy. Hello. So again, we are waiting on Linda. She should be here shortly. They took a trip to the beach today. Must be nice. Hey Lorienda, how are you? Let me make sure I have shared where I need to. So even if you are in the background, make sure you show us some love, hit those thumbs up, let us know you are here or been here. You don't have to say anything. You can just sit back and enjoy the conversation. And I think we were talking earlier, Lorienda and Linda, and we're going to touch on maybe tonight as part of our discussion, thoughts on what we would do, what will we do when that time comes, when we expire, and what will happen to our loved ones. Share your thoughts. You have any ideas, suggestions, or of what you are planning on doing? Have you gotten anything in writing? So yeah, let's touch on that tonight. Foxy, Roxy, hey. Rihanna, how are you? Lizzie, oh, that's too emotional. Yeah, but it's emotional, but it's something that needs to be talked about. And we touch on it in the group often because I see so many parents come in and they're asking the same questions. So something that has to be touched on. I mean, what will we do? This is a topic that needs definitely, Lorienda, definitely. So, for me, because we all think that, who's going to love our babies like, we do, like mom and dad, you know, who's going to love our babies. So we have to have something, in place, definitely. Let's see. Charmaine says, my daughter is only 9, but I worry about what I should have in order for her future. Yes, definitely. No matter how young they are, because I mean, let's reality here. We're here today and could be gone tomorrow, right? This is something we should be thinking about early on. What steps to take? What should I have in writing? Um, in the event something happens right now, today, right now, at this very moment, what will happen to my child, right? Foxy says, oh, me, I'm already in my feelings today, but unfortunately, it's something we all need to talk about and plan. Yes, yes, yes. It's a very emotional topic, but it's something we need to, as parents, start thinking about. If you haven't started thinking about it, it's something you need to sit down and think about. That's a huge emotional one for me. I really don't have anyone that would take my son if anything were to happen to me besides his father. Okay. Lizzie says, True, it's just hard to talk about. Yes, true. Hey, Teresa, how are you? I have something in place for him in writing, but no one can take care of my kid. Right. That's my thought exactly. Um, I feel the same. Even though I have three older kids, and they promised me that they would make sure, DeAndre would be okay. I still worry, because, you know, who's going to treat my baby like mama, you know? Oh, okay. Mr. Charles is here. I'm getting ready to. Now, this is for Mr. Charles because he is our honorary host. Everybody else will give you an opportunity to come on up later on. Um, let's see. Uh, we just don't know when it's our time. Right. It's something I truly talked to my oldest brother, but people tell me they just can't handle it. And that may be true that they can't handle it, but we have to say, hey, you know, it's something we need. We need to talk about. Let's spend some time together, maybe go on some outings and, really get to know your child and make sure everybody's comfortable. How are you, Mr. Charles?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm good. I'm good. So we thought we would touch on tonight, what would we do, you know, once we exit this earth? Once, we pass on, what will our loved ones, what will we do? What will we have in place? Who will take care of our babies for us? Foxy says exactly. Lorienda says very emotional topic. However, we are not guaranteed the next minute. So true. Hey Danielle, I
Hi,
got my
Daniel.
cookies. I got
Yeah.
my cookies and girl, I think I ordered 6 boxes. I think I got 2 boxes left. I may have to order some more. And I hear them from everybody.
Well, that's
Um,
good, Teresa.
that's good, Teresa. Anna, that is a start. You have his yes, yes. That is a start right there.
I know when my mom went to her grave at the age of 98, she knew that I had Cindy to take care of me.
I saw so yes. She had that backup plan right there. Cindy was there. Charmaine said maybe I should spend closer time with the person who I put in writing just to see how they are. Yep, that's always a good idea. Um, you know, spend a little time, do some things. I mean, let them know, and always even writing a list of things, keeping a journal of what your child likes and don't like, um, things they may do, just to keep it in a place where someone can find it if something does happen. Hi, Roger. I'm 57 and think about this every day. My girl is 22. My son is not autistic and is 23. So I've got things set up with her caseworker to have things transferred to where he lives. I've got lot a lot put back for him to take care of her. Well, that's awesome. You are prepared. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's
Mm,
good too that her brother is willing to do that.
right, right. Lorienda says my kiddo will be devastated if I go. Oh yeah, because we're all they know, right? But this is important that I have something in place. I am a single mother. Yes, very important. Yana says hi, Charles.
Ariana, welcome to you too.
Foxy Roxy says it's been a back and forth thought for me because I do have older children, but I also have mom guilt because I feel like I shouldn't leave a big responsibility to them because I have two autistic babies, Jaylene and Raymond. Yes. Oh, yes. We are definitely going to have that mom guilt. Definitely. I feel you on that, Foxy. Thank you.
Hi, Lorianda.
You are so welcome. Honey, I am a thin mint addict. Usually around this time of year, it's like, ooh, it's time for the thin mints. And I always save my taste buds for right around now. Hi, James Kirby. Okay, Teresa says I had my son IEP meeting last week. Awesome. How did it go? How did it go? Did everything go good, smoothly? Let us know.
Lorianda.
Um, Rihanna says, thanks for the amazing advice. That really is something. I need to sit down and write things down about things you don't think about. Right, right. A journal, a daily. If you can't journal daily, do it weekly. Um, you know, especially those really important things that you might not think of later on. There's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Yeah. Spend time with best friends and loved ones who you think may take your kiddo. Also, this is an opportunity for our kiddo to know them too. Yes. Yes. 2 weeks ago. Okay.
Very
And
good.
it went well. I'm assuming it went well, Teresa. Roger, this is great. Yes, we can start talking to our case managers that advocate for our kiddos. Yes, we may have to have another discussion like we did about guardianship regarding regarding this very subject. Um, so maybe one day we can come up with uh, a few few guests to talk about what's next. You know, um, I have mom guilt, but at the end of the day, I have to think about a place for Brandon. Yes. And Linda just came in. Hey, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
Hey, hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Oh, you're doing fine. How are you doing,
Good.
Linda?
Doing good. We just got in
Mhm.
a second ago.
Had a good time.
Yeah, it was freezing. Oh my goodness. It was cold, but yeah, it was nice. The sun started to come out when we left the beach,
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
here in
but it was
Connecticut,
nice.
it's minus
Well,
one.
I was just throwing a little jealousy. I said it must be nice.
Yeah, yeah, it was a really nice drive. But yeah, so don't be too jealous. The water was, oh my goodness, it was and you had to walk across to get to the beach. You had to walk across a little like pathway of water, so you had to get in the water even if
Oh,
you wasn't gonna get in the water.
wow.
Yeah, so it was freezing.
Uh,
Hey, Michelle.
so, what beach did you all go to?
We went to we ended up at Venice Beach, not Southern California's Venice Beach. We went to Venice Beach,
Okay.
Half Moon Bay. It's in Half Moon Bay, I guess that's the best way.
Yeah.
Nice. So we're just touching on the plans we have in place. What Lorienda, we talked
Oh,
about in the
mhm.
group. Yeah, touching on it today. And I'm thinking we should have
About Brandon.
no, about what would we do, any of us
Oh, okay,
would
yeah, got
do
it.
once we,
Mhm.
pass on.
Yeah.
What do we have in place? And I'm thinking on having a panel discussion
Mhm.
maybe about this in the group.
Yeah, I think that would
Yeah.
be good.
So this was definitely a good topic. Yes, Thin Mints, yum. So if any of you guys want some Girl Scout cookies, see Danielle. She's got them selling them, but I'm addicted to the Thin Mints. I do eat the shortbread every now and then, but the other cookies, I gotta have Thin Mints. I gotta have.
Yeah, personally, I prefer long bread.
Long bread. Oh,
Instead of shortbread.
that's the job.
Hey,
Uh,
Roxy.
Rihanna says, I hope that went amazing and you were able to. Yes, yes. I hope the IAP turned out like you wanted it to, Teresa. Thin Mints Anonymous for yes. There you go. I need it. How to explain to family about the person you choose. So, what are you saying if you choose someone other than um, another family member? Um,
I think what she's saying is, suppose that there's more than one family member that expresses willingness and desire to step up to the plate, and you have to choose which one. You think can really take care of your child. How do you explain to the other person why you didn't
or
choose them?
why you chose them?
Yeah,
I would.
especially
Oh, go ahead.
especially if it wasn't a family member that you choose. I mean, everybody has different circumstances.
Mhm.
Maybe you chose a close friend instead of family members. So yeah, I guess yeah, how would you explain that?
I
yeah,
would probably just tell them, I know so and so can handle it.
Yeah.
Because
Hmm.
everybody doesn't have the capabilities to.
Yeah.
yeah. And that's the thing, you obviously, I mean, on one hand, you keep in the back of your mind that really they're not entitled to an explanation,
Right,
but
Hmm.
still, you want to be nice and give them some semblance of an explanation, and that has to
Hmm.
really be tailored to the person.
right.
And yeah, and I think everybody has their reasoning. So I mean, yeah, like so even like so Nita and myself. So I have four kids. Emily's the fourth. Um, I know which one I would put at the four to raise her first, and then second, and then third, and of course, each one would have their reasoning.
Yep. Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Miranda.
Victoria.
Hey,
Hi,
Victoria.
Victoria.
Hey, Sonia.
That's easy to do.
Mhm. My cousin passed away, leaving one adult daughter and one minor on the spectrum. She lives with the dad. He is handling everything alone. Wow. I actually invited him to this group as a resource. Well, I hope he joins.
Hmm.
Well, awesome. Well, at least she has dad,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough being alone and having to do it alone.
Hey, Rihanna. So glad to see Michelle back.
Yeah.
Ariana.
Emily started talking
Hi,
more now,
Sonia.
so she'll say random things and she'll ask questions now and she'll recall like she recalled she said I was laying in mom and dad's bed watching Annie when I was a little kid. So she said all that, which now she's like making up stuff or things to sit to conversate about. So
Okay.
she's making like she's recalling memory and sharing them. And then but today I took her in the bathroom at the beach to change out of her wet clothes, and she was like, and I had to warn her before we went in there. Okay, it's stinky. It's an outdoor but kind of
Right.
bathroom, right? So I go in there and she's like, "Ooh, stinky!" And so the whole time she's like, "Stinky, stinky!" And then she said, "It it perfectly stinks." That's what she said. It's
Perfectly.
perfectly
Yeah,
stinks. Yeah,
Wow.
because her new word is perfect now. So she'll say perfect if you do something for her. Perfect. So she said it
perfectly
perfectly
stinks.
stinks. Yeah, I said perfectly stinks. Uh-huh. I was like, yeah, it pretty much does. It did a
Perfectly
well
sweet.
job.
Mm.
But yeah, it's neat to hear her conversing more.
Yep.
That's good. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Danielle says, right, Nita, we are so sorry, Linda.
Hey, next weekend I think we're going to the snow. So hey, I'll be right back. I'll be right back at the cold. So at the really, really cold. Um,
Foxy Roxy.
Uh,
Jaylene will jump in the water even if it's freezing. Wow.
Yeah, that's how my kids always were.
Wow.
Always. My son, so yeah, my older son, he would always do that. And Emily, you already know she's gonna do it. But no matter how cold, well, because we don't have warm beaches in Northern California. So yeah, it's gonna be cold regardless. And they get in there.
Okay, so Danielle, inbox Lorienda for an order. Sonia says, I'm quiet because I'm listening. I have multiple sclerosis and I worry about this daily.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cindy and I,
Yeah.
have. In fact, we have a friend. She was also friends with my late second wife, but friend named Aquanetta who's suffers from MS, and so you get an idea what that's like. She's in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that what we're thinking about, like I was saying earlier, Sonia, maybe we'll get a panel together because it's definitely something that's been talked about in the group, been touched on in the group. And yeah, so maybe within the next couple weeks or something, we'll put something together and have a real, focused discussion on it.
Yeah, I called Emily's caseworker at the
Uh-huh.
regional center. And she's
Strawberry
supposed
long
to.
cake.
What was that? Oh yeah, strawberry long cake. Yeah, she said it does exist.
Wow.
She's,
Oh,
yeah,
go
I
ahead,
was
Linda.
oh she's sending the information to get Emily set up with the conservatorship because she'll be 18 next January. So
Okay.
we're going through that now. And so about a month ago, she was put under for her dental work. And they said she needs her wisdom teeth pulled. So, but this dentist that she has doesn't pull wisdom teeth. So now I'm back to finding an oral surgeon who will work with somebody with special needs in an OR because she's not going to sit in the chair and do it. But yeah, so they're going to try to help me find that as well.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But it's that
Yeah,
time.
you'll have to share with me how the process is. Because
Yeah.
DeAndre will be right behind you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, oh, I can ask Nita. And I was like, we both going through this, right? Back to back. I was hoping you would have had to go through it, but of course not.
No, my
You
best friend has MS, so I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the discussion about strawberry long cake made me remember when I was little. I saw a sign saying town was founded in such and such year. I right away wondered, well, then when was it losted?
It wasn't losted yet. You got to go put that sign up.
So Danielle, you got another prospect here. Sonia wants some cookies. So make sure you inbox. Yep. Okay. It went very, very well. He has improved in speech therapy and communication skill in class. Very good. He has improved in his math skills and in his writing skills and his social skills. He has made a lot of really awesome. Now
That
that's
is
awesome.
excellent. That
Yeah,
is
when you meet
excellent. Yeah.
friends. We are also removing his one-on-one nurse from the bus and in class too. Okay. Oh, so he's made a big step. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Excellent point, Mr. Charles. I have to explain to my family that I chose my best friend and husband. She has been in Brandon's life for the last 20. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pammy.
Pam.
I don't think it needs explanation. It's just what you know is what's best for your child. Right. Yep.
And that's what I was saying is that the people you don't choose are really not entitled to an explanation, but usually their relationship with you is such that you want to try to give them one, even
Right.
though you can file it back in your mind. This person is not really entitled to an explanation.
Mm-hmm. If something happens to my best friend, then the second choice is his dad.
Yeah.
Well put, thank you. It's hard for me because I was thinking of Raymond with my older son and Jaylene with my older daughter. But I do not want to separate them because my daughter lives on her own. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's something you have to just sit down and give good thought and maybe talk to
Mm-hmm.
them and see how they feel. Now, I know um, Ariana, my youngest daughter, she already said, she's gonna, that's her baby.
Mm-hmm.
So she would be the first choice. Nando, the second, and then Jasmine. When
So the baby or the younger to the oldest to the middle.
yeah,
Yeah, mine goes from our oldest first to our younger one right before Emily, and then our middle, our second one. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, but sit down and have a, talk with your kids and yeah, maybe you guys can work something out that's comfortable for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Love, Emily Bug.
Yeah, Stinky. Yeah, she was like,
Perfectly stinky.
she would not stop. She's like, there's like vents at the top, so I know people out there could hear. She's like, it's perfectly stinky.
Robert and Linda, Brandon, and I are moving in with Billy.
But that's an important point to it. What you did, Linda, is give her a heads up ahead of time. This place is going to be sticky,
Mhm.
Yeah,
rather
that
than drag her in there and
have her
She's
be
like,
shocked.
perfectly.
Exactly. Yeah, we did that at the gas station. You know, when you stop and you're driving, so if we're driving to Disney or something, we stop and we go in a public bathroom. She's like, "Ah, it's dirty. I don't like this." And she immediately turned around to go out, and I'm like, "There's not gonna. I can't guarantee the next gas station is
Right.
gonna be better. Or we have no option right now."
Yeah, I hate using those when you're traveling
Hmm.
too.
Right.
yeah.
My son loves the water even more, and he really loves to throw sand at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, when you have a girl who's getting older, I mean, it's one thing when you have a little girl, preschooler, you can bring along a coffee can, for her to use. But when you get a girl who's older, you really need to take her into a bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and you
And
have
they have
to be
those.
prepared for whatever the bathrooms
Mm-hmm.
are like.
Yeah, when we went across when we went and did our road trip last summer, we bought those. It's called a Go Girl, and so for an emergency, we're like, okay, if we can't use the toilet, or like, so we go to the toilet, but it's so gross. We would use that. We would be able to use that, or if we had an emergency, we'd be able to use that. But it makes it a little more easy for a girl to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
Oh,
So we had backup just in case.
go
yeah.
girl.
I think
Go
it's
Yeah,
something,
Go
girl.
Girl. Hmm.
it's something similar to what female soldiers in the military, female military
Probably.
personnel use, in battlefield conditions.
Yeah, it makes sense that they would do that. Yeah, it's just it gives you the opportunity to be able to stand and pee.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
Or,
Lori.
hey, Lori.
Hey, Lisa. I don't know how to get it started. Do I just write it down? How do I know it will be put in motion?
What is this?
I'm assuming maybe you talking about the notes, the journal. I would just do it. I mean, realistically, we don't know unless we have something fully legalized. This must be done. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
if you're speaking on the journaling, the suggestion is just write down things you may not think of later that your child is doing, with a date, and maybe it won't happen then, but at least it's written down, somewhere, and whoever, um, takes over for you, they'll have something to reference
Hmm.
or help them out, especially if they don't spend a lot of time with
Hmm.
your child. Rihanna says, I finally had my son first meeting about ABA. I didn't realize how intense of a program it is. Yeah, and it's just more or less, I would say, I mean, I went through the same thing with OT and speech. They all have programs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not sure if you're doing center base or in home or at school, but yeah, you have the lead way. So, if something you don't agree with, make sure, if you feel it's too much for your child. Like with us right now, we're working on independence. I mean, he's doing really good, by the way, you
Mm-hmm.
guys.
He is.
You
Same
Yeah.
know,
with the store
hmm
and the
the
movies.
store, the restaurant. So
Oh yeah, the restaurant ordering. That's right.
he was so nervous.
He was so cute with how he did that, and he. Oh my goodness, I was impressed. He did really well.
I said, look at him. But yeah, it is. It can be. So it just depends on how many hours you are doing.
Mhm.
Some people only want an hour a week. Maybe you can, depends on what the child can handle it. DeAndre, he's gotten so accustomed to Maya because thankfully she's been with him through the whole thing. And I think this will be, well, this year, I think I said one more year and then we're going to stop it because he's really doing real good.
Mhm.
But he's been lucky to be with the same one and she's been great. So he knows when she's coming. He knows when she's getting ready to pick him up for center. Um, so his social skills has gone up. He's made a couple friends. So yeah, I guess it's just depends on the program you get, the sort of program you want. You want to add something, Linda?
Oh, I was just thinking. I think so. ABA is data analysis, so they keep a record of everything that your child's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, and working on, and then they make sure that it's effective, that it's working. If it's not working, they don't see any improvement. They rewrite it, they replan it. But yeah, it is very in depth.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I had started what I call, for me, it's like aggressive. I say aggressive therapy because, he's getting older. Um, so DeAndre has a lot of hours. He does 4 days a week of ABA. And then, one day a week of speech and OT. But for me, it's worked out great. So yeah, very intense.
Yeah, I like that they cover so many different things.
Yeah. Hey Tony,
Hi, Tony.
how are ya?
Hey, Tony.
Hi, Dee.
Oh my god. Oh my god. My baby went to the dentist to get teeth pulled and it was really interesting.
Yeah,
How
So
did
that's
it
like
go?
did your baby have to be put under or did he do it okay with just the local anesthesia?
Zeno. That's like pulling teeth.
Mr. Charles.
um, yeah, Emily had a tooth pulled before, and she had stitches, and she messed with the stitches. So we came home, she's put under, had it pulled, woke up, came home. Before evening, she had ripped the stitches out because she could
Ooh,
feel them in her mouth. So she
Ooh.
messed with them until she just finally pulled them out. And then, so now with the wisdom teeth, three wisdom teeth are down, one is impacted. The other one might become impacted on the bottom side, but one is already. So she said it's just time to take them all out, which will be stitches.
yeah.
So, and then hopefully she won't get food in there. You end up with dry socket if you don't take care of it. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be a nightmare. But it's something we gotta do. Oh yeah, I didn't realize they were the same age, Roxy. They're only 4 months off.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're both there. Have you started your process yet, Roxy? And are you doing conservatorship, guardianship, power of attorney?
Yeah, you guys will have to share all that information with me.
I'm scared. For real.
You're
And
welcome,
then it's
Teresa.
to decide what she'll be doing after school.
Yeah.
So she has one more year of school, and haven't decided yet what she'll do after that.
Yeah. We had that meeting. I had to answer all those questions. But he'll go to a program. See, I always have brain fog. He'll transfer over
Oh,
to a program that they train him
oh,
to
okay.
do little assembly work and stuff like
Oh,
that, and
mhm.
still skills, social. I mean, not social skills, but
Life skills.
yeah, life skills,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, and I did say if it is possible, for him to get a job, maybe an hour a week. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that would be awesome. Maybe an
Yeah, it would
hour a
be.
week he can have something to do with it. It definitely have to be with his hands.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah, but he'll transfer over to the school. I think it's called Drew. So
Oh, okay.
once he leaves the high school, and then
Hmm.
he'll stay over there until he's I think it's 24.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
we have a program similar to that with our county, and they do different things. There's actually on my side of town there's like more agriculture, and there's a farm out here that hires special needs.
Oh,
Well, they go there as a group, and then they do different things and different chores around the farm. And then only thing is Steve's not sure what he wants her to do, because if it's not school, then it's not mandatory, and then of course he's going to be more worried because it's not as regulated with parapros and
right,
stuff like
right.
that. So I told him, when we were driving home, I said, well, maybe we should go look at the program first, and
Mhm.
then see if he's comfortable with it, because I have a friend who has her son in there, and she liked it right off the bat.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool though. A farm.
Yeah, I
Mm.
was it was funny because the reason why I read about that farm was it was the first communicable case of COVID, and it was here in our county, but it was at that farm. The person at the farm was the first, because you know how the people that came back from Japan, they went on to our military base, and then some whistleblowers said they weren't quarantining and they weren't doing the PPE stuff right and all that, and said they weren't separating them. But then sure enough, the first communicable one was on that farm. So but I was like, wait, I was like, okay, well, forget that. What's this farm, special needs and all that? So then I started to learn about that. That's how I found out about that.
Okay, she said that's exact. Okay, the ABA. My son will go to my mom and my stepdad, or my sister and her husband. Okay, so you have something in place. I wouldn't trust Queen with my older kids. They're not stable themselves. Okay. So, yeah, we definitely have to have some kind of panel discussion in the group.
Mm. Yeah, Danielle, that's a good idea. I thought about the flushable. I mean, we had the flushable wipes, but I thought about the toilet seat covers, because when you get there and they don't have them, what do? You have to line it, toilet paper, all this other stuff. So I was like, you know what? I should have just bought a box. But I thought about it after we were already on our way on the trip. But yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, well, we're talking about the usual, and plus we're just touching on what we will do, um, if we were to pass on, if we had something in place now,
Mhm.
you know, um, who would take care of our babies once we're gone?
And I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at Michelle right here. You just
Oh,
use
we
the
just use
bushes.
Bushes, yeah. Oh, that sometimes, with my daughter too, helped her to squat in the grass.
Oh, I remember them days, them long road
Mhm.
trips. You had to pull over on the side of the freeway and squat.
Mhm.
And back then they had those outhouse like type of things. You remember
Oh,
those?
mhm. Yep.
It didn't even have the toilets. They just lined up, and they used to call them honeywells.
It went all the way down like
Yeah.
20 feet or something like that. Those are so scary. Oh my goodness. I hated those things when I was little. I was always scared, like, what if I fall in
All
or,
in
you know,
there.
because it goes so far down too. Oh my goodness. And yeah, it don't flush or anything. Because if you literally, if you started to pee, you didn't hear it for a second because it was so far down. It was a delay because it was really that far down. Seriously, too. Yeah, that thing was
Hello.
right.
Sometimes we pull when we were on the Skyline Drive in Virginia. We would pull into scenic overlooks, and there'd be a little stone fence. I could have Dorothy sit across that fence, and and
Sit
do
across the
that.
fence.
That worked.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we lost some
That's
audience
nice.
because of the topic.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's about the usual. Same
Yeah, that's
amount.
what I thought too when I
Yeah,
saw that. I was thinking it's about the usual.
it's about the usual. They in and
Mhm.
out. They come in and leave. So sorry, but we need to talk about this. We do
Mhm.
not know when we might go. Yep. So true. I agree. Have a panel. Yep. We're gonna put together a panel. Yep. And I'm thinking maybe in the next couple weeks, because this is something we definitely have to talk about, you guys. I think you might need to speak to a lawyer about it and give him a notarized letter about your thoughts or your wishes for your child. Yep, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
And
I think yeah, and she said something about you can do it yourself. You can hire an attorney, and a family attorney, and then have them do the paperwork for you. And then I think she said conservatorship would give me everything from making all her decisions medically, financially, and basically speaking for her.
so conservatorship, that is guardianship, or is
It's
that
well, guardianship is different because if you do guardianship, when you go to get guardianship, they literally, you're seeking guardianship for your child who's becoming an adult, but when you get to court, they can assign somebody else that guardianship. So you want, yeah, exactly. It's so because I confirmed it with her. I was like, that's the one where someone else could be appointed, right? And she said, yeah. So you want to really think about that one beforehand.
so?
And so like, yeah, like so if they said guardian, like if they were like, well, we think that she's more fit with her older sister who's an adult, we think that that would be the best. And then they would petition to the judge that be situated, like that be the guardian. So
Wow.
yeah, so we're going for conservatorship.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
So you have to make sure when you start the process to
Mm-hmm.
keep me informed.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. How can I get a diagnosis for a 36-year-old? Mr. Charles, here's one
Mr.
for
Charles,
you.
yep.
Well, what I did when I began to suspect that I had autism, um, first I did some things to kind of make myself pretty sure that I was on the right track. After watching the movie Rain Man, I listened to a radio interview with Temple Grandin, and then I bought her book and Thinking in Pictures, read it. But then when it came to getting the formal diagnosis, I called the local chapter of the Autism Society of America, and they referred me to a neurologist who specialized in autism, and he made the formal diagnosis. So, your local autism society, I would recommend first as a resource on that.
Yep. So I'm sure Rhode Island or somewhere nearby, um, or just get in contact with what is Autism Society, not Autism Society, right, Mr. Charles?
Yeah, Autism Society of America, as far as I know, they're in all 50 states.
Okay. So definitely do that, Lynn, and that's a first step for you.
And if
And by the
she
way,
has oh, go
by
ahead.
the way, Lynn, I'm next door to you. I'm in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, that's right. Rhode Island, Connecticut. Sure is. Okay.
And if she has medical too, you could also ask the psychologist, especially if you have HMO, it's a little bit easier to get to the psychologist. The psychologist also does diagnosis. So if he, especially if he already has a psychologist, then it could be a lot easier too. You're already, because that's probably where they're going to refer you. But yeah, there are different places.
Okay.
to get. Who diagnosed you? Who gave you your diagnosis, Charles?
Well, it was a neurologist that I was referred to by the president of the local chapter of the Autism Society of America in Northern Virginia, the Autism Society of Northern Virginia. I still get emails from them, but obviously, that wouldn't be helpful to someone who's in Rhode Island. But the Autism Society of America, as far as I know, is in all 50 states, and so there should be a chapter that she can get a hold of.
Exactly. So what we did was, so I think we talked about this before. Nita has a neurologist that diagnosed. I had a psychologist that diagnosed. And then we see people who have neurologists or psychologists. So it's either sometimes so we don't deal with a neurologist. We have now we have a psychiatrist because we have medication involved. But a psychologist actually diagnosed Emily. And that was through our HMO.
Okay, and Rihanna says that hasn't been yet determined on the ABA. I'm on a waiting list due to COVID. The waiting list, wow. Okay, waiting list. I keep hearing that. Everybody has so much trouble. You would think now, I mean, I don't know. Because I guess because of COVID, everybody's leaving. They don't want to, the therapists.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What state are you in, Rihanna? Are you in Michigan?
And are you in a suburb or metropolis?
DeAndre has been doing. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really good to see him doing all that. Mm-hmm. I liked how he said, "Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you. And he'll get in the car. He say, "Hey, beautiful. Nice to meet you." Yes, absolutely. Also, when you go into the hospital for any surgeries or other health concerns, and the paperwork helps with that, right?
The paperwork, yeah, because the doctor. So it was it's just like my older daughter. When she was 18, I had no rights to be told anything, to make any choices, nothing like that. Same thing with Emily. So if she has no paperwork in order, I know the regional center can reach out and get some information because they're her caseworker, but I would have no right to anything, let alone decide anything.
Okay.
Not do her medications or anything.
She's been with him the whole time here. Okay. Okay.
They
switch people often. So.
Well, as you can see, I went to college in your state there. As you can see from what I'm wearing.
So they don't get, oh yeah, Spartans. Okay. So they don't get emotion. Who, the
worker?
The RBT or the child? Yeah, because my son, I'm glad they haven't switched. I am glad, because it probably would have been, he probably wouldn't be able to handle it, especially, call your Department of Social Services there. Okay. That must be for Rhode Island.
For the diagnosis.
Awesome, Tony. Is there one specific thing that you guys will ask for from the person who will be your child's caretaker when you are not around anymore? I know all of our babies have different needs and habits. Think mine would just make sure he's okay. Will you?
Yeah, mine too. Yeah. And I think, well, in my situation, so she recently moved back home, but she knows Emily, just as well as we do. So that would, I wouldn't have to do too much as far as letting her know all the stuff.
Yeah, Mr. Charles is always making a funny, isn't he? He had to be. Oh, that's for the dentist. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine he was terrified. Poor baby.
DeAndre should be right around the corner with that too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, Veronica.
Hi, Veronica.
Okay, so Pam is doing guardianship. we're definitely gonna have to have another discussion on
Yeah.
this too.
Hmm. And
Def-
Pam, did you finish setting it all up already? The whole process is complete. I meant to ask her that because I knew he was 18. He's older than Emily.
yeah, I need information, y'all, so I can
Hmm.
weigh in. Okay, Danielle says I keep a daily log in my daily, monthly, weekly planner, appointments, meds, activities with great detail. My hematologist loves to read my planner at my appointments, so it's always current. Okay, yep, that's a good idea. Myself, I'll write something, and then the intention is always there. And the next time I won't write something, then I think of something and I write it down, and I'm just all off, just all off. I need to keep with the beat, take my own advice, right? Raymond has the option to stay an extra year in school after graduation, which I chose him to go. But after that, I haven't decided. I know, Linda, I'm scared too. It's a lot. Yes.
It
Yes.
is, yeah. Yeah, I heard about that too. I think they said that some schools will allow them to stay there after the year they graduate. They can stay. I heard somebody said up to 4 years, and they just graduate every year. But the official graduation was that first one, and until they age out. I think it was 21 or something like that. Yeah.
And
So some of the kids would be 4 years if they graduated and they're 17.
okay, definitely living and learning center. Okay. Okay. Farming. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check that out because that does really sound
Mhm.
interesting.
Yeah.
And I think DeAndre would enjoy something like that. Get him around some animals.
Yeah, I know Emily loved her. She always loved the garden. So she has it in school, in high school, but they had a garden in junior high too. And she always loved the garden time.
Yes, it's hard. I wish I could be there to help you navigate with this. Yeah, we definitely need another guardianship
Mm-hmm.
discussion.
They're
We
so
have money
scary.
set aside and two guardianship backups for Eddie. Okay. Also, David has said, of course, David. We
Hmm.
know David's gonna be there.
For real. Hmm.
Multiple that he will
Yeah.
care for Eddie when they out. He said David is just so sweet. Oh
He
my
is.
goodness.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. He is so sweet.
Hmm.
He is such a sweetheart. It's a very touchy subject for us. Yes, everyone, Tony, everyone that is responsible enough to take care of our son is our okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's scary when
Mhm.
when your situation is like that when they're your age or older, because then you yeah. Like today, so we went on our trip and to the beach, but we put that autism thing on her to say that she has autism. It was like a little lanyard. We put it on her seatbelt because I was thinking if we get in a car accident, say she's the only one that makes it, they need to know that that how do you get a hold of her brothers and that she has autism and that she might dart out into the road, But it is scary because if everybody's your age or older, something like that could happen more likely, and it's hard because we want to make sure that our kids are with someone who can handle them, but
Uh,
hopefully
look, I'm putting the link to the room up. Anyone's welcome.
good night, Lorianda.
Let's see. Anyone's welcome. If you want to come on up for the last few minutes, feel free. My mom talks about those types of bathrooms in Puerto Rico. Yep, they had them.
Yeah.
We are countrified. All six of my kiddos know how to use the bushes. We called them our houses and latrines. That's what traumatized me.
Yeah, that's the first time I seen one like that was at camp. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Now, my down south, my great grandparents, they had an old out house in the back of their house, but they had it locked up,
Oh.
because years later they got indoor plumbing in the
Mm-hmm.
house. This was years ago. That house is gone now, but I always remembered that it was green, just like the house, little wood area.
Oh.
You would go in there and use the bathroom. I never had to do it, but yeah, because they had plumbing. By the time I got here, it was plumbing.
Yeah,
So,
sometimes you still see those like in I know like in Virginia and stuff you can see
mhm.
those. Then sometimes I think there's some here, but I guess they might utilize it differently. But
Yeah.
it's the same color, the same wood of the house, but it's
And it looks like a
removed from the
shed.
house. Yeah,
Looks like a
exactly. Yeah,
small
it's just
shed.
removed from the house. Yeah. In Japan, they have these toilets. They have regular toilets in some of the bathrooms, and then they have the older ones. But some of the bathrooms only have the older ones, but they're just on the floor. They're in the floor. So those are so like
You
if
have
you put
to
a
scoop.
toilet seat on the floor in like and then the hole is there, but it's plumbing and everything. It's really just like a regular toilet, but it's on the floor. So you literally squat. Yeah, it was
Oh,
I think I asked my dad, I was like, hey Johnny, how do you use that? And then but the first time I went to Japan as an adult, I didn't know. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to figure this out. But yeah, they have the high then they have the regular toilets that have all this technology and warming and all the different options, the music,
the
all this kind of
Badu,
stuff on there.
what you call it? The Bado, Badu,
Yeah, the bidet. Yeah, they had the
Bade.
bidet.
Oh
Yeah, they
yeah,
have all this different stuff on there. But then they have those ones that are the old toilets.
oh yeah. I think about bidets. I think about that scene in the movie Baps.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember Vaps.
Yeah, I remember that scene with the bidet. Yeah, well, these rich
Today.
folks one toilet for number one and one for number two.
My sweet future husband, David. I love David.
Mm.
He's so tough. Neither he's by. We're
She's
gonna
like,
be
back up.
fighting, Arietta. No one ever told me that. Ralph is going to his attorney tomorrow. Court is on the 20th. Oh, they
Oh,
didn't
okay.
tell you about the conservatorship part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
I
I
would. I
forgot.
would ask the lawyer.
Yeah, because I want to say there's one more, but I can't remember what the fourth one is. I know there's guardianship, power of attorney, and conservatorship, and I thought there was one more.
Okay. It's another one. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I thought there was, but maybe I don't know. I can't remember what that one was because I had printed it
Thank
all
you,
out before we did
Orienta.
our last one.
We've been working on it since October. It is very expensive. Wow.
That's what I was going to ask. What's your cost there? I seen some states were upward 10,000. Yeah, I seen some states. I seen another state was 7,000. I know it can be as cheap as the court filing fee, which is a few hundred, at least here in California, because some states are mandatory to use an attorney.
I wonder if that varies by
Hmm.
state. Andrew is a minor, but I have guardianship and conservatorship of him. One is for his well being, the other is to control his finances. Okay.
Oh, so maybe she's wondering if the guardianship and conservatorship are different. Like, so conservatorship here in California can cover everything. Whereas she got conservatorship and then guardianship because they do two different things. But then he's a minor too, and I know guardianship has to be taken care of when he's a minor for sure, because somebody has to have guardianship over him. So maybe it's a difference in an adult. And he's 18.
Yeah.
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 My mom said that was the fastest she ever moved, especially when she would hit
Woo!
the frogs. Yeah. There's a waiting list all over in the States. It's all about funding. Wow. Unless you are paying per. Okay. Hmm. Yes, I live in. Okay. Yeah. I believe you
Oh,
said before.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Where
remember.
there's the college there where two of my cousins went. In fact, Hope College. Yeah.
Okay. I would love for Raymond to be somewhere where he can do his art freely. Oh, yeah. That would be so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Roxy, does he have one more, he must have one more school year left, right? No, actually, this could be his senior year, huh? I know that there's programs that you can
she
get
has
into.
said, she said one more, he can stay another year
Oh, that's right. He
up
gets to
in that,
stay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So so there, you should look into the college programs because they have certain college programs that he can go into, and it'll be tailored to him. But if it's art, maybe he can go into an art school after
Night,
high
Lori.
school. I would
Night,
definitely
Lorian,
look into programs.
if you're not gone yet, night night. The RBT, which isn't good for me because my son needs to be consistently with somebody that he can. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that makes it difficult.
definitely. That, yeah, finding a good match is definitely important. Yes,
Yeah, I
please.
guess it's time. Yeah, I guess
Yep.
like.
So we will combine the
Mhm.
panel. Last time we did a panel on the guardianship thing, but we will combine on um and do a panel on what you know what would we
Teaches.
do, yeah, and guardianship and conservatorship maybe within the next couple weeks, and we'll do it in a group.
And then different states, the variety of states will
Oh
help
yeah.
answer questions.
So if anyone's been through the progress and you want to be a part of the panel, come on, no matter what you did, if you did guardianship, power of attorney, conservatorship, or the other one, because I want to know now what's the other one.
Mhm.
What's
Yeah, I'm gonna look. Oh, I don't have. Do I have?
So if any of you been through it, please let us know. Really and truly, they asked my children already if it's okay to discuss things with or in front of me because of HIPAA. I warned my husband that we need to be on top of this as they are 13, 14, almost 14 and 15 right now. My cousin's daughter had a baby and hid it from him. Oh, wow. He paid the bill and didn't know the details. The baby was about 6 months. He thought she was really sick, but wow.
Oh.
Yeah, because I remember with Jasmine and Ariana, because once they turned 16, I couldn't go in the office with them in the back with them when we go to the doctors. It was like, nope, you can't
Hmm.
go. They're like, what? Excuse me, that's my child. But nope,
Right.
couldn't go. Wow, but 6 months. Keep us informed. Okay. Listening while stuff. Oh, I'm ready. I'm getting ready to go stuff my face with more cookies.
Yeah. Lisa
You got plans.
some ribs.
Oh, awesome.
I had
What was
made
that?
chicken thighs last night and they had leftovers. Going to eat them tonight. And then Lisa called and she had some ribs she wanted to bring over. And so we said, sure.
Okay. So
That's what I made last night.
we'll send you the mod link over, Foxy.
Oh, did she say that?
Yeah,
I missed it.
right here.
Oh,
Hi,
perfect.
Stacy.
Oh, okay. Yes. Thank you.
Good night, Stacy. Thank you for tuning in. Who wanted the Girl Scout link? Inbox Danielle, you guys. I know Lorienda. And who else? Um, was it Michelle? But Lorienda, she wanted it for sure. I think she's gone. Have a blessed rest of the Sunday. You too. You too. Let's get through this week, and I'll see everyone next Sunday. Definitely. I have used an outhouse. We had one at one of our, wow. Yes, I saw the video in the airport. Oh, wow. Stooping over the toilet.
Yeah, I know my
Yeah,
mom was telling
fresh
me how
out.
she was growing up, her family had indoor plumbing, but it was new. Oh yeah, it's your movie. Yeah, I love that movie.
Those girls was crazy. Yes, I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah.
but yeah,
He's a junior now, Linda.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So he's the same year. Everything is Emily.
Hope College is on the list to accept certificate of completion. Oh, really? I need to double check. Okay.
Oh, that's right, because some of our kids will get certificate of
Of
completion
completion.
rather than a diploma. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We did get a good program from the ARC, so the guardianship was only 130 for us. Oh, well, that's pretty good.
Um,
It's been a long process for sure.
the other one is a proxy, Nita.
A proxy.
Proxy power, yeah, proxy, power of attorney, guardianship, and conservators.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to dig in deep for that and have a conversation. What
Hmm.
is the best birthday present for almost 11-year-old? What does he enjoy?
Hmm.
What does he enjoy?
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys.
What?
So Emily will watch her iPad, right? And so before she would screenshot everything on there, she was screenshotting sports talk, like the commentators talking like at on a
Oh,
panel,
Sonia.
but
I'm
it
sorry.
was but it was like deep in the conversation. But now her thing that she watches is CNN. She was
Oh,
watching
yeah.
CNN,
Wow.
The Russia Ukraine situation on CNN, and yeah, it wasn't the only time that she was watching it, but we tried not to let her know that because then she might back up. But I don't know what she's doing watching that kind of stuff. The news, but
Okay,
that was one of her new
Sonia
things.
said it was her for the cookies. I'm sorry. That was Sonia. Yeah. Um, no school next week for the Detroiters
Or us.
or Michigan here. Um, Danielle said that's my self care. I know that's right. Um, so you guys have a blessed one. We will see you guys later, or we will see you guys uh, next week. Let me go through these real quick. Okay, Michelle. Yes, the ARC will help those follow them. They spoke with our okay.
Right? I don't know what it is, Veronica.
What is our um they help. I don't know what it stands for. Anybody know? But I do know they do help. And they have special needs programs. Um, they help you with the things if you need like help with Social Security, guardianship, uh, any of those things. I still get some email from the
Are
ARC,
they
but I
only
never, huh?
are they only for Michigan?
No, they have ARCs
Yeah,
all over.
our national. I don't know what it stands for either. Autism Resource Commission. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're all
Autism
over though.
Regional
But
Clinic.
you can choose the ARC in your state, like we have the ARC of Michigan or something like that. And but they do have the national
Yeah. Well,
ARC
each state
website.
has its arc, and you put all of them together in national, and you get a circle.
Mr. Charles. Okay, you guys. See, she just be chilling, watching CNN, taking
Hmm.
screenshots.
So was she sitting outside in the cold watching CNN?
No, she just kept digging the sand out of her water shoes with a shovel
Is that
when
what
she
it
was yeah.
stands for?
Chilling. So
Really? Wow. I
What
didn't
is it?
Association for Retarded Citizens.
I
well,
just seen that it said
the fact that word originally
uh,
originally
autism regional center.
the insulting connotation has come to have. You know, back when that term mentally retarded was coined in 1950, it was the polite term,
Yeah.
and
People.
it replaced the words moron, imbecile, and idiot, which were used to designate various levels of intellectual disability. And so it was the polite term. It was somewhere around 1980 that people started using, retard as a noun and as an insult. And then from then on, retarded became an insult and so on.
Yeah.
We're less than 50 years old and have a hard time believing that the term used to be a positive.
Right.
Used to be
Right. You're like, what? Really? And I'm thinking that's probably what they were named back in the day, and they probably changed it.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering too. Yeah, just to make it politically right.
Okay,
Or
you guys. We will
what
see
happens
you
with
guys.
a lot of organizations too is they just adopt the initials, the acronym, and they
Right.
get rid of the
Mhm.
what the acronym stood for.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
I worked for a company that was originally Computer Associates, and they eventually changed it to CA Technologies.
Okay.
Yeah, because this one says Autism Regional Center or Autism Regional Center, but the thing about that is it's across disabilities, so it doesn't make sense that it's for
Yeah,
all
that, what
specific
they said
autism.
probably makes sense, and probably
Mhm.
probably by
It's
now
for
they've long gotten rid of what it stood for and just call themselves
mhm.
ARC. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
the acronym has replaced what it stood for.
Yeah, because right here it says Autism for Retarded Citizens,
Okay.
and then the other one was for autism. But yeah, so it does change.
Did change. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
was like, really? Oh my goodness.
yeah, Autism
This is
Regional
so
Clinic.
harsh.
Yeah, I know.
but
Yeah,
again,
let's just say
that
art.
word used to be the polite expression. It, it wasn't until somewhere around 1980 that young people started using retard as a noun, and
Yeah.
then from there, things went downhill.
I heard people start doing that with autism too, and it's like I said before, I heard a comedian say it, and he's not, but he said it as if it was like the same way you use the other word, but yeah, so it could become more common as well, but yeah, or they'll say, "What are you, autistic?" But really, no, that's a diagnosis. So
Yeah.
they're
So
throwing
now,
it out in
like,
some way.
retarded is the nice way to say retarded is the intellectual disabilities.
Just say intellectually,
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
It's,
Or
it's
Like a
the
lot
nice way
of
developmentally
to say
delayed.
it.
like like a lot of insulting words. Something I read, if I found out a few years ago that it blew my mind, but a word that Archie Bunker used a lot for Polish people. In Polish, that means a Polish man.
It mean, wait a minute, say that
It
again.
means a Polish man in Polish. That's what that word means in
Oh,
Polish. And polka, the dance in Polish, that means a Polish woman.
oh.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
I'm with
I'm
practice.
out. I'm getting ready to head on the bed. So I thank
All
each and
right.
every one of you. See you guys. Same time,
And
same place.
Yep. See you guys next week. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye.
night.